Brian, how nice was it just to get the win and snap the losing streak?
We want to win, and that's what you suit up for, right? They keep score for a reason. So, but what I loved is the process. How we didn't shoot the ball well, but we continued to guard, and we really guarded in the fourth, and then our offense came alive. So the process is what we've been talking about the whole time. You guys keep hearing me saying that. We're learning and growing, and we had a great fourth quarter, but it started with our defense, and then we kept driving the ball in the basket and made good plays.
To outscore them by 20 points in the fourth quarter, how and when do you think things really turned around for you?
I'm going to give a little shout out to Anthony Gill. He came in the game. I put him in late third quarter, and he has a contagious energy about him. Made a basket. I thought he kind of inspired our guys, and then we went on the fourth quarter, and we really buckled down defensively. It started with stops. We made them miss, got out in transition, and then we kept attacking. But really thrilled for Anthony that he was part of that win for tonight. He's, as everybody knows, what a great person, what a great teammate is, and a great basketball player. So shout out to Anthony.
Brian, leading off of that, you could see it was different, not just what you guys were doing, but kind of the way you were playing. Can you talk about the energy in the fourth? And it just looked like guys were a little bit more desperate or more into it.
Yeah, it just goes back to the defense. You know, when we're good, we defend, and then we can get out and make plays in transition and attack. Deni and Kuz were getting downhill. Sean was really big for us tonight on the defensive end, really great. And that group played. I think they played the whole fourth, so they were terrific.
Did you make any tactical changes on defense?
It was just more effort and energy, more focus.
Coach, you mentioned Deni and Kuz getting downhill. They combined for 25 in the fourth quarter, and I feel like the vast majority of their points came from driving really hard and getting tough layups. Was that something that you told them going into the fourth quarter that you wanted to see an uptick in?
That's their game. That's their strength. And when we're playing good, we're making quick decisions, and those guys are getting downhill. We were unselfish. We got off, and those guys just attacked closeout. So it was a team effort, but those two guys really got to the rim great in the fourth.
What did you make of Rashawn Holmes' performance, specifically when it came to moving off ball and working off of the guard's play and enabling those two-man games?
He was great. You know, he spaced the court, allowed those guys to penetrate, and then, like I said, he was anchoring the defense every minute he was in the game. But really in the fourth, he was terrific.
And, Coach, can you talk about the rebounding effort in the fourth quarter? I believe you out-rebounded Charlotte 17-3 in the fourth quarter.
Well, I think we made a lot of shots, so that probably helped with that stat. I think we shot close to 80%. But again, we made them miss, and that fueled our offense. So we limited them to one shot. We got out, spread the court, and then looked to attack. So I was really happy with the defense tonight, especially the fourth.
Brian, what did you see from either you guys on defense or Charlotte late in the second into the third? Was it just that the Hornets started making threes when they started coming back?
Yeah, we struggled a little bit there in that middle of the end of the second to a little bit in the third quarter. We were missing shots. We had some great looks that didn't go down. Our energy dropped for just a second, and then our guys responded. And we didn't shoot the ball great from three tonight, right? We were 18%, and we still defended. So that's the growth that we've been talking about, that you continue to play defense whether you make or miss shots, and that tonight was a great example of that.
Hi, Deni. What was it like getting the win tonight? And were you guys aware that you were so close to a franchise-long losing streak, and what was it like to avoid that from happening?
It's good I didn't know that we were close to a franchise one, but it feels good, man. I mean, we've been going through a lot this year. I can't tell you what it is to lose that many games. I never experienced that in my life. It's my first season doing that. It's definitely not fun. You definitely can take the good out of it, like progress, learning. You get to make mistakes and learn from them. But it's definitely not fun. And I think we showed character today because at some point in the game, I felt like we were breaking apart again. And we were all like letting go of the rope a little bit. And I don't know, something changed. We talked about it in the locker room. Like, AG was big for us, bringing his energy, coming, to the game after, like, sitting out most of it. And I think that got us going a little bit. Rashawn was great today, brought a lot of energy. And we sealed the game in the fourth quarter with our defense. So,
Coach Keefe brought up AG as well, gave him a shout-out. What was it like knowing Anthony and the person that he is to have him be the guy to kind of turn things around like that?
Well, like, I don't want him to blush seeing this, but that guy was next to me from the moment I got drafted. He's the first player I saw in the elevator when I got to DC, and he's been through a lot. And, you know, he hasn't played most of his time here, but he kept being positive. He kept working hard. He kept being in the gym before everybody else. You know, it's easy, like, to be like, I'm not playing, I'm not going to do as much. But he had the effort and the mentality of, like, a 40-minute player, a 48-minute player. And it's something that I learned about how to be a good person. He taught me a lot, because it's more than just being a player in this league. And I felt like he has the talent, for sure, to play everywhere he wants. But how he treats the game of basketball, how he treats the people around him is amazing. And I never met a teammate that I had like that. But that's it. I was happy for him that he scored. And hopefully he'll contribute a little bit more. But that's about it.
He's definitely going to blush reading that. Deni, what did you guys do differently on defense heading into the fourth quarter?
I don't know. I think the pride kicked in. And we were like, man, we lost so much in a row. Like, we're trying to get out of this slump. Like, this is our chance right here. Like, we knew that's our chance. You know, we have tough games coming up, and this game was close and was down to the wire. And, like, I think everybody was like, okay, enough. Like, we're going to step it up. And it showed the progress, and it showed what we're capable of. And hopefully it's going to continue.
Deni, you had 7 points the first 3 quarters, and then you had 11 in the fourth alone, and you were getting downhill. You were attacking the rim there in the final 12 minutes. Was that something that was talked about in that huddle between the third and fourth quarters, or did it just click in your head?
Personally, you know, I kept rebounding, kept trying to be in the game, but I was mentally, I'll be honest with you, mentally I was not there the first half, even until the third quarter. Something was off. I was emotional. I was, you know, a little frustrated. But, you know, I picked myself up. It's part of my growth. It's part of my process. I kicked everything to the side. I was like, you know, it's time to win the game, or close game. I'm trying to do whatever I can to win the game, and I think I helped as much as I can. But everybody was so engaged in the fourth quarter. You know, I was just trying to make good plays, and I'm proud of everybody for sure.
Is that something that's happened to you before, where you find yourself just mentally not there for a stretch of the game and then you click it on?
Yes. No. Actually, no. You were in the right direction, but no, you're good. I definitely had those moments, but I will disconnect from the whole game, and I will take myself out of the game. I will probably finish the game with those 7 points. Won't be focused on defense, and I think that's a good growth, and that I'm happy that I recognize it, because it usually not like that. And the fact that I can step it up and be focused and be there for my team, it's a great step.
Kyle, I know this is 182, but what did this win mean to you and to your team?
Meant a lot. I'm a little emotionally drained right now, but you know, it meant a lot, you know, for us to pick that up. You know, being in a big slump for a long time, and you know, we came into halftime only up 3 after playing pretty well in the first half, and you know, we had some good tension in the locker room. Guys kind of going back and forth at each other. And I think that really sparked us, and we came together as the team tonight in that second half, after, you know, maybe 6 to 5 rough minutes to start the third, and you know, really just put everything together defensively, offensively. And I'm just happy for everybody in the locker room to get that dub. So,
Were you guys aware that you prevented it from becoming like a franchise record losing streak?
No, not at all. Not at all. That's the first time I heard of that, actually.
And just what was the relief like? I mean, Brian Keefe has talked a lot about the process being more important than the result, but to get a positive result, what does that feel like?
Yeah, yeah, I mean, for sure. I think tonight we got to win, but, over those 15 games, I can name you probably 5 or 6 games where we actually played better and still lost. And, it's definitely a sign of relief because it's tough to lose that many games in a row. And at one point, you kind of get a little numb to it, and you got to think about the next game, especially in this league, because I think I said it last game, but it's 82 games, so you can't really dwell on things. And we just stuck with it and kept together. I think that's one thing. It's very tough to do when you start losing a bunch of games, and it's easy to point the finger. But I think we stayed with each other throughout this entire time, and like I said, I'm just proud and happy for everyone to get out of that ditch that we were in. So.
Kuz, how important was Rashawn to kind of writing the defense late in the third and the fourth? He had a couple big boards in the fourth quarter, I think.
I mean, huge. We're down bodies. We're already a very small unit, small ball club, and he played probably one of his better games, probably his best game as a Wizard tonight, and he was huge for us down the stretch. Rebounding, offensive rebounding, timely pick and rolls, timely putbacks, and really proud of him. So.
Kuz, what was there in the fourth quarter that wasn't necessarily there in the third? Like, what clicked for the team in the fourth?
I think defensively we got our stops. We made some threes. We didn't shoot it well all night. Whether it was three or at the rim. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I know you're a big fan of Anthony Gill's. He's gotten some shout-outs from like Brian Keefe and others for the way he kind of changed the energy of the game. What was your perspective on the minutes that he gave you guys?
Great minutes. How many minutes he played? He played 7 minutes. Played 2 minutes. But I guess he was a -3, so I guess it didn't matter, right? But no, he changed the game. Like, you look at a box score, it doesn't matter. But, just his energy came in right away, got a little basket, got a stop, came out the game. But, he's just the ultimate professional. And he's a great North Star for all of us as a man.
When we've been in these close games, we've been in close game after close game, really, it feels like, for the last 10 games or so. Been in a lot of them and kind of lost them down the stretch. So to be able to close this one out and come out on top feels really, really good. Just a kind of a morale boost for our team heading into the last 20 or so.
Coach Keefe made sure to shout out Anthony Gill. He thought he kind of changed the energy of the game. What was your perspective on his minutes?
Yeah, I mean, he's impactful. He's a pro. He's always ready, always ready to play. And when he came in, he changed the game. We played great defense, got a nice floater, nice layup, brought our energy up, brought our spirit up. And when you see a guy like that do well in a game, you want to run through a wall for him. So I'm obviously really happy to see AG succeed and get a chance tonight.
What was Brian's message here post-game, if there was one?
He was happy with how we responded. We came out super flat in the third quarter. Our offense was really stagnant and felt like there was a lid on the rim, and we did a really good job staying the course and not letting what we do on offense dictate how we play defense. So we were able to get stops when we needed them, and played the full 48 and figured it out at the end. It was a lot of heroics by some of our guys, and sometimes it comes down to who makes shots at the end, and we had the guys who did it tonight.
Thank you.